We continue with the Ulaanbaatar Amazons, and they'll face off with Beijing in a heavyweight clash between Asian legends. Beijing will get you introduced to that squad here shortly. Features a lot of known names. And of course, the Amazons have Ulaanbaatar and Aryan Setsek Badardin, the two-headed monster that headlined Mongolia on their way to a historic silver medal at the World Cup just last year. Anyway, it's about time we got you reintroduced to the players. A matchup with some history, as Mongolia and China, of course, have clashed a bunch. Now, Ulaanbaatar Amazons and Beijing do not have much history per se, but the players do. That's what I'm trying to say here. Ulaanbaatar come out first. They are your #1 seed in the tournament. They bring Amari Janae Robinson, who had a 5-piece to lead the way in a 14-12 overtime victory. Ulaanbaatar got out-rebounded. They got out-hustled at times, but they brought just enough offense, specifically a sky-high 2-piece at the hands of Ulaanbaatar, her only points of the game, to lock up a victory in overtime. Badardin's here, and new ad, Xiaomi Trong, had a great game. Her first scores in the Ulaanbaatar Threads, 4 points, 3 rebounds, and a couple of missed twos, but at least a better look than last week. Now Beijing's up next. I'll be very frank here, were supremely disappointing last week. They went out in Chengdu, couldn't get it done, weren't even close, with an 0-2 record, and they feature a lot of big names on the squad, none bigger than Jiating Zhang, the legend. He's joined by another legend in Lili Wang. Wang Laizhang and Jiangping Zhang are out there as well. Beijing, in those 2 games against Amsterdam and Germany, combined for 24 points. Just didn't have any offense, was led in scoring by Feng Yusun, who's now subbed out for Lili Wang. So a disappointing start to the year for Beijing, but they're a week out from that, and they get to try to turn things around. Can they get Jiating Zhang going is the big question. Zhang this year at the Asia Cup on her way to a bronze medal, 7.6 points per, with supreme efficiency from the field. Wang Laizhang, we know she can shoot it. Couldn't do it last week. Robinson is going to have to try to hold down the fort against Jiating Zhang and all the other size that this Beijing squad brings. Jiangping Zhang is sizable as well. Jiating Zhang, the same size as Hengyu Yang that we saw in the last game. So these are your tallest players in the tournament. Mongolians don't get close size-wise. They might have an advantage shooting, although if Lili Wang is in supreme form, the 2-time Olympian could lock this game up quickly. Now, again, we saw it not work for Beijing last week. Can they turn things around? And here we go. Second game from Pool A. Ulaanbaatar on a win would move out of the pool in first place. After an earlier win, Robinson's on the floor. Tripped up by the Wilson. And Beijing take over. Wang to Zhang, down to Jiating. This is a recipe for success if they can get this going. Jiating Zhang so secure on her scores from inside the arc and into paint. Gets Beijing on the board. Well carved out position in the paint. A well drawn up play. Zhuang. The Amazons are going to need her shooting. Can she knock down a two-piece? Wang Lai. And it's Jiating to clean up the mess again. Wanted a foul, didn't get it. 2-zip Beijing. Zhuang. Midi work. Drives into a crowd. Somehow gets the shot up. But now it's Jiamping under the basket. And that is size as well. It's held up by a foul. You can see the game plan for Beijing. It's quite easy. Either Jiating Zhang or Jiamping Zhang is going to go to the basket and stand in the paint. Kulan is going to have to try to balance things out with her two-point shot. A 1-for-6 performance from range in that first game. Wasn't great, but she got the one she needed. That overtime two-piece to lock the game up. Saves it inbound somehow. It's with Zhuang. She will try it too, halfway down and out. Entertaining game so far, about a minute in. Jiating will try a shot from range. It's something we've seen her improve in the last couple of seasons. Again, at that Asia Cup, 33%. Not a very high volume from range, but she'll knock them down. This time around, undershoots it. The Amazons take over. Double high post look here. Dean steps back. Zhang against Robinson. Good defense on Amari Robinson there. Holding the legend Zhang away from the basket. Dean will try to get some post-up action going. She will miss. And there's Jiating Zhang again. Kicks it. Difficult pass. It ends up with Wang Lai. Offensive rebound. Lily Wang. Behind the screen, going left to right. She'll pull up from two. Neither team able to unlock the scope just yet. And I say that, and Audion Seteg drains one. Big bucket for Ulaanbaatar. They needed that one. Wang answers from two. So a couple of deuces get both teams involved. Wang Lai against Zhuang. It ends up a foul on Ulaanbaatar. Wang Lai to the strike. A transfer from a Ulaanbaatar squad last year that only played one event as Zhuang steps back and it rolls off the rim. Wang Lai Zhang, a member of that Asia Cup team that won bronze this year. Also a member of the World Cup team for China last year. Jiating Zhang will try it too and is off the mark. Zhuang has it. He'll get it back, works behind the screen. Crosses left to right, will enter into the paint. Offensive rebound, another miss. No call on that. Now she has to deal with Jiamping. Ulaanbaatar using their fouls to keep the very sizable Beijing squad away from score. And Zhang Ping here held up. TV timeout and a low-scoring affair. 4-2-2 for Beijing. We've gotten 2 apiece from Zhang and Lily Wang, the 2 legends on the team. 2 most tenured players in Chinese 3x3 history. Both 2-time Olympians, and they've led the way for this newly formed Beijing squad. Now, Zhang Ping wants to get involved. She'll get a free throw. Ulaanbaatar has gotten their only 2 points out of Adi Setseg. Not gotten much close to the basket as expected. With Beijing supreme size, the 2-ball for Truong has not come around yet. There it is. Finally, a 2-piece knockdown. The great equalizer equalizes things. Zhai Ting steps through the contact. It's Zhang Ping who takes it and sees it go out of bounds off of that girl, Badardin. Badardin takes a spill here, and then Zhang Ping, it drops out of her hands off the legs of Badardin, Adi, and Setseg. Somehow Ulaanbaatar get possession. There must have been a whistle somewhere that I missed. Lily Wang down to a cutting Zhang Ping. If that Wilson poked away from her. It's a 5-4 lead Beijing. We're 4.5 minutes into this game. Low scoring affair as we've seen a bunch today. Beijing started off by getting their sides involved under the basket. Not been able to do so as of the last couple of possessions. This helped. Wang. And then Truong from range. Can't get that trick. Robinson on the strike. As mentioned, a late add to the squad last year, but has shown a lot of promise. In 3-3 basketball, she will get things to a 1-point game. Zhang Ping from range. Wang Lai saves it. Robinson has it now. Quick transition for Ulaanbaatar. Truong. Truong, the 1-foot fader. Well, the foul didn't get it. To get another bucket, continues her stellar day. 3 points to lead all scorers. Wang Lai cuts bucket. Kulan, no good. Long range attempt, Wang. And there's Bot Girl to the rescue. Ulaanbaatar all of a sudden are up. Wang from real far. Couldn't get it to go from the MGL logo. Ulaanbaatar take over, and they have done a good job rebounding against the size of this Beijing squad. Long lie. Working pick and roll game. Out to Lily Wang. Strong. Hezzy. Cross. Fades. Beautiful action, but no bucket at the end of it. Zhang in the paint. The foul whistled before the make there. 3:32 left on the clock in a tied game now. 8-8. Ulaanbaatar just expended their fourth foul. Scoring affair. Look at Truong here with a beautiful fade. And Wang Lai cutting through in a defensive matchup. Beijing have not been able to get their size going all that much. Jiting has 3. Jiangping has a 1. Cheered on by the Chinese national team, of course. And Jiting now on the strike. A free throw coming up for the legend and future Hall of Famer. Just squeeze the trigger. Beijing now have a 1-point lead. The 2-ball hasn't come around quite that much for Ulaanbaatar in the last few minutes. They've got a couple knocked down early in the game. Strong and Batterdeen both have 3. But neither team has gotten much offense. I'll be frank here. It is a very low-scoring game. True Wong drops a legend and then can't get the 2 down. Lily Wang also no, back irons it. A whistle on the floor. Who's that on? The 4th on Beijing. Will hold a 1-point lead, but referee Gonzalo is telling Jiting Zhang you can't jump over somebody's back, or at least reach. So the Mongolians take over. Double high post look here. They try to get Kulan involved with a backdoor cut. Batterdeen was wide open, held up. Smart foul by Jiangping Zhang. Another reset. Same double high post situation. This time around, they get a down screen after a flare screen. Adiyun Setseg on Jiting. The Beijing have it. They try to work it around. Ball screen action. Wang Lai and Jiangping. Jiting driving in. 1-foot fader. Difficult shot attempts all around. Kulan now streaks to the cup. Finally gets an easy look. And we're tied at 9. 2:30 to go. Jiting. I think that score counts. Bucket Beijing and a foul on Ulaanbaatar. Big take by Jiting Zhang. Through the contact and still finishes up with a feathery soft touch. And it's Jiting on the stripe, but an option at 1 more could give her team a 2-point lead. Batterdeen forgets the Wilson. Kicks it. Truong can't save it. It is out of bounds. Beijing possession. Not a great look there for Ulaanbaatar, who get a disjointed possession and a one-on-one take. They've done so well with screening. You'd hope for them to go back to that. And now Jiting Zhang's really getting involved, and it's really tough to stop her with all that size. A kick out. Robinson going straight at Jiting. Now she leaves the Wilson to go out of bounds. A couple of turnovers here on Ulaanbaatar in a crucial phase of the game. Jai Ting will take a seat. She's got 6, leading all scores. 2 minutes to go. Lily Wang behind the screen, dumps it into Zhang Ping. There's that game plan for Beijing you knew was coming. A ball screen, a roll to the basket, a dump down pass, and it's easy eaten. Zhang Ping Zhang with a bucket this time around. Can Ulaanbaatar find a way back into this game? Ulan kicks it, bot girl. And again, the size for Zhang. Whatever Zhang you can think of, because there's 3 of them on the team. But mainly Zhang Ping and Jai Ting is too much at this point for Ulaanbaatar. We're left praying for some 2s to go down. Jai Ting tries her hand at a 2. Charong right past Wang Lai, lays, tip, and 1, much needed. A bump and a bucket for the new ad. Takes the contact, finishes in style, and now has a chance at a 2 the old-fashioned way from the charity stripe, and could pull the game within 1, or actually 2. 1 possession game, just over a minute to go. Zhang Ping almost loses it. Jai Ting's open, catches on the block, bumps, offensive rebound. It's a foul on Ulaanbaatar. That is the 6th. And I believe it's in the act of shooting. So Jai Ting is looking at a free throw here. Referees are talking it over. I think it is a free throw. Yes, Jai Ting will get a chance to add to her 7-point total so far. Never mind. We reset. We go up top. So no foul in the act of shooting. Beijing do have it. Both teams at the bonus here. Free throws might be the decider if it comes to it. Jai Ting Zhang to a cutting Wang Lai. Beautiful play by Beijing. Showing off that chemistry. Ulaanbaatar need a bucket here. Charong try to muscle one up. It's out of bounds. They'll have it with bare time on the shot clock. Wang trying to argue that it went out of bounds off of Charong. And now the referees are conferring again. That might not be a good sign for the Mongolian ladies. I'm not sure. It is given to Beijing with just under 35 ticks left. They're up 3. And with a score here, could seal the deal. They get it to Lily Wang. Kick it. Wang Lai down to Zhang Ping. It's poked away by Robinson. Who did it go out on? Lily Wang, a heave. That is out of time. And it'll get Ulaanbaatar the ball back with a chance. They're down 3. They've shown us this season they can win close games. 19.7 seconds on the clock. Aryun Setseg, a right hand hook, no good, no foul either. And now Beijing can just dribble out the clock. Ulaanbaatar aren't fouling. They're just letting them play it out. And that is all she wrote. Beijing don't get the last shot up, but they do get the win Not a dominant offensive performance by any stretch, but they got the game plan they wanted. They slowed the game down to a grind. They got Zhang Ping and Jiating Zhang involved in the paint. Jiating actually with a 7-piece. 50% of Beijing's scored points came from her. Ulaanbaatar couldn't get enough twos down to stick in the game. Final score in this one, 14-11. As we conclude the second stretch of action here from Manila. 4 more 10-minute sprints left. Those will come up shortly. A 25-minute break will start this section off. So enjoy the highlights. We're back at 6:40 local time, 25 minutes from now, and we'll conclude pool play.